Hey guys, I'm back here today with the second deck of the new patch. This is called Stockpile. It is obviously a Northern Realms stockpile list. I like this one a lot more than my previous Nilfgaard list because it's more consistent and I think it will be more in line with what the meta looks like in a week from now. I crafted this one very carefully and I'm definitely going to stick to this version. I'm not going to get it to an upgraded version or anything like that. Though if you go to the deck link below, it will be called Upgraded Stockpile because I already made one on the first day. It wasn't that good. So let me show you how this works. It's extremely fun and I think you're going to like it. Alright, so first things first, this is a stockpile list. Now I know a lot of people might never have played it. I never have. It really wasn't worth playing in my opinion. But how it works is, it will spawn a volunteer on the row you pick, and then it will reduce the cooldown of all Northern Realm units on that row, and you can do this 3 times. So this is pretty cool as we're going to be playing a lot of cooldown units. So first things first, one of our win conditions in this list is that of the siege scenario. So when you play it, it will spawn a reinforced trebuchet, which is a siege engine. It will damage a random card on the enemy's range row every turn. But if it's crewed, and this is an important word you're gonna have to know, a crew means when a card is placed between 2 soldiers. Then will damage a random enemy on any row instead every turn. So the next siege engine you play will be triggering chapter 1. And this card will spawn a battering ram on your range row. The battering ram has been changed in the recent patch. It kind of works similar, but it now has a resupply keyword added. So, resupply is triggered every time you play a warfare card. We have a few warfare cards included. Resupply will make sure that the cooldown of a card goes down by 1. And of course, our leader also allows the cooldown to go down by 1. So any card with a cooldown can be used every 2 turns, for example, here with the battering ram, or whatever the cooldown states. So we normally place the battering ram and use it on the range row. It will then move itself to the melee row and damage the highest enemy unit by 3. If it goes to the melee row, you can then move it back to the range row. So it keeps doing that. Now, if this card is crewed on the range row, you'll be able to choose which enemy unit you want to damage. Normally that doesn't matter all that much because you get the 3 points regardless. But keep in mind it has the crew ability. And then if we play another siege engine, we'll trigger chapter 2, which allows you to spawn and play Bombardment. Bombardment is a warfare card, it's quite nice. It will split 4 damage randomly between all enemy units, and it will increase the damage by 1 for each siege engine you control. So if your board is filled with siege engines, this card will play for far more than 4 points. So siege is quite nice to have. Of course, we'd like to protect our siege engine from cards like Heatwave. Heatwave is able to banish a unit or an artifact. First I had Baron in this list for Tame Provisions, and then I started playing against Melusine decks, which was absolutely horrible. A worst experience of my week. I'm over exaggerating. Melusine is not a problem if you can just banish her with Heatwave. Also, you're going to face a lot of mirror matches as people play Stockpile or other variations of this Northern Realms list more and more. So Heatwave is very nice to get rid of a card like Siege. So how do we prevent people from doing that to us? We have a defender. Donomir of Troy, meaning people have to either purify this card or get rid of it before they can directly target any of the cards on that row. So you want to protect your Siege with that, and you also want to protect King Henselt because he never survives. King Henselt is also a card you probably haven't played yet. Again, neither did I. King Henselt is a little bit better now. So, on deploy, he will play a crew unit from your deck. That's any card in your deck that makes use of the crew ability. So let's take the Siege Tower for example. As you can see, it uses crew ability, meaning if you place this between 2 soldiers, crew will activate. So with this card, it gets vitality every 2 turns. But if it's between 2 soldiers, it just boosts itself by 2 instead, meaning the points you get are more immediate. So this is a crew card, for example. So King Henselt will give you the option of playing the crew card from your deck. So he draws it out, you can place it wherever you want to, Now, another careful thing you want to see here is that whenever an adjacent unit's cooldown decreases, King Henselt will boost self by the same amount. So a cooldown only goes down by 1 every turn, meaning if there are 2 cards next to King Henselt, both with cooldown, every turn King Henselt will get 2 points. Keep in mind that cooldowns go down at the start of a round, not the end of a round. This is careful consideration you have to take in mind here, because that means King Henselt will boost himself at the start of your round, not the end of your round. There are other ways to boost him, of course. Anything that makes cooldown go down faster. That's the resupply keyword you want to take into account here. Let's take a look at another card with resupply, right? Fulter's Pride. Fulter's Pride is a siege engine with cooldown, also has crew. So you can pull him out with King Henselt. If you place him between 2 soldiers, instead of having cooldown 4, it has cooldown 2, so you can use it every 2 turns. And also, it has resupply, meaning if you play a warfare card, the cooldown will go down by 1, meaning that's 1 turn less you have to wait for that particular set of cooldowns. So that's quite nice, meaning if you play warfare, King Henselt will get 2 points right off the bat. Also, if you use your leader ability to get rid of some of the cooldown, every time you use it, King Henselt gets 2 points. Again, keep in mind there actually has to be 2 cards next to King Henselt that both make use of cooldown. So Fulter's Pride is quite nice. It damages an enemy by 2 and adjacent units by 1. So that's 4 points right there. Quite a nice card to have. Alright, another card we want to take into account here. Let's go through the siege engines. Ballista also has crew, so if you play it between 2 soldiers, it gets armor. Not the best crew if you have to decide what cards you want to play between soldiers, because you've got a limited amount of board space, so you need to choose carefully. This isn't going to be that card. So this is a ranged card. It damages an enemy unit by 2. It has a cooldown of 3, and it has resupply, so it's affected by warfare cards and all that jazz. Next up, we've got Reinforced Ballista, one of my favorite cards. This has a cooldown of 1, so you get to use it every turn, and it damages a unit by 1 of your choosing. It also has resupply, meaning that warfare cards make it go again, same turn. So this is a nice control option because you get to manipulate the cooldown within 1 turn range. So if you want to use this again, all you do is you play warfare, or you use your leader ability and you can use it immediately to get rid of a card you don't like on your enemy side. Also, it has formation. Formation means if you decide to play it in the range row, it will boost itself by 1 point, but you can't use it immediately. If you play it in the melee row, it won't boost itself by 1 point, but you can use it immediately. That's what formation means. It always gives you that option of boosting it and waiting a turn, or playing it immediately and not boosting it. So next up, we've got the Siege Tower. This card has also been changed in the recent patch. So this gets vitality by 2. We already discussed this. If it's between 2 soldiers, it boosts itself by 2 instead. It has a cooldown of 2, no resupply. So playing a warfare card doesn't actually manipulate this card. You can still use your leader ability to manipulate the cooldowns though. Next we have Wegenberg. A lot of people aren't playing this, and I'd give you the benefit of the doubt if you want to play 2 of these. I have 2 because I like them. They're siege engines, they're neutrals, so you don't want to play devotion cards in this deck. Luckily we have none. Now if this card has armor, meaning barricade, then at the end of your turn it will give armor to adjacent units. So why do we want armor on adjacent units? Well, let's see. We've got the Redanian Archer. This is a soldier, so this is one of your few options you're gonna need to actually have something get crew, because you want 2 soldiers next to the engine, right? This is on the range row. It damages an enemy by 1, and it gets a charge every single turn. So this is great for a control option. Now, it also has barricade, meaning it only gets more charges if it has armor. So if people damage it by 2, suddenly this card doesn't work anymore. Well, Wegenberg solves that quite nicely. Wegenberg, if it has armor, will give armor to adjacent units. It will make sure that your Redanian Archer works. Now, that's not enough to include a card like this. There's another reason I have included it, and that's Trollolo, a soldier. So Trollolo is so strong, And the amount of people who have forfeited against me today is just crazy. I don't think people realize how strong this card is. They never get rid of it. They get rid of my other card instead. So, what this card does is, whenever you use an order ability, it gets armor. And we have so many cards that use order abilities every single turn. So every time you do that, Trollolo will get 1 armor. When you want to pass, you click on Trollolo and use this order ability once, and it will lose all its armor and convert it into points, which is a ridiculous amount. So Trollolo is awesome, and obviously there's a loophole here. You don't necessarily have to use order abilities. You can just place it between 2 Wegenbergs. It will give it armor every single turn, and those armor will be transferred into points. So definitely a little hack we have there. Something nobody else is really doing right now, so maybe you can take people by surprise. Okay, so another card I have here, which is just so awesome. It also has been changed. It's the Siege Master. So, when you play a Siege Engine, summon self from hand to the right of it and draw a card. Okay, so what does this mean? It means you want this card in your hand. You can have 2 of them in your hand and they will still do what they're supposed to do. So when you play a Siege Engine, this card will pop out of your hand onto the board and it will draw another card, and you're basically drawing another card and getting 2 extra points for it. So that's quite nice. Siege Master is an alright card. It's also a soldier, again, just increasing your chances of getting crew when you need it. So yeah, what's our warfare cards? Warfare cards are going to activate resupply, remember, decreasing your cooldown. So we have a few options here. First we have Boiling Oil. This damages an enemy by 5. If you kill the enemy, it purifies adjacent units. We're focusing more on the just damage by 5 here, but it's quite nice if you need to purify something like Saskia without touching Saskia. So we've got 2 Boiling Oils. We also have Reinforcements. This will spawn and play a base copy of a bronze allied unit. So normally I use it on something I need in the moment, or I just use it on the biggest bronze that I have. This being Karak Frigate normally. Karak Frigate has also changed a tiny bit. It still works similarly. It has been buffed though. So it will spawn a volunteer in this row every 2 turns. But if it's between 2 soldiers, it will do it every turn. This is normally what it did, but normally it would only spawn a volunteer if you had 2 soldiers next to it. Now, if you don't and you brick it, it will still spawn a volunteer every 2 turns. So it's been buffed, so it can't be bricked. Now remember, it spawns a soldier, a volunteer. So if you really want crew, you just have to play a soldier to the left of the Karak Frigate. My camera is inversed. I should go like this, I think, to the left. I hope I'm not throwing my name away. I'm not gonna edit this out, so... it also has resupply now, meaning if you play a warfare card, it will trigger as well. I don't think you need crew with this per se, unless you're in a very short round and want to make the most of it. This often will swarm your board quite quickly, plays for a lot of points as well. So I normally use reinforcements on my Karak Frigate. Another siege engine we have is the War Chariot. Quite a nice one. Here you have the option of playing it on the range row, which will move an enemy to the other row. Move a defender out of the way. Move Caltulis onto another row. A lot of things you want to get onto different rows. Or you can play it on the melee row and give 4 bleeding to an enemy unit. Also nice. But this card you want to have crewed. If it's crewed, you get both abilities, no matter what row it's on. So you move the card and give it bleeding, which is awesome. It also has a cooldown of 3 and resupply, so warfare cards make this card even stronger. Alright, lastly, but not the least, we do have our Amphibious Assault. An echo card you get to play twice, once in one turn, once in the next turn. It will play a Northern Realms unit from your deck with provision cost 9 or less. Remember, there are certain cards that you can't pull. You can't pull Siege, you can't pull King Henselt. Everything below that, that is a unit, and that's Northern Realms, you can pull. Remember, Wegenberg is not a Northern Realms card, you can't pull this. And yeah, we've also got John Natalis to just help us get more warfare cards. So John Natalis will give us a warfare card from the deck. This is either our Amphibious Assault, or it's Reinforcements, or it's our Boiling Oil. And we have the Crystal Scars, the stratagem, just because it boosts a card by 4 and gives it Veil, so it can't be locked. Okay, I am really enjoying this deck. I hope you guys enjoy it too. It's quite crazy. You feel the power of it just right off the bat. You should win quite a bit of games with it as well. Yeah, I'm gonna show you some games with this now. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be back within this week, hopefully, with another deck guide. Tell me what you want to see. I'm thinking probably Scaliger. We have to tackle that, I guess. Or definitely not monsters. Squirtel's an option as well. Maybe we want to play Francesca. Maybe we want to play Symbiosis. We'll see. Maybe Syndicate as well, but I feel like Syndicate as Jackpot is still strong enough to just play that anyway. Okay guys, I hope you have a good one. I'll see you later this week, and bye-bye. Alright, so another one of these. Like, we just have the upper hand with Heatwave, to be fair. So I'm very happy with that. Again, not a fan of blue coin, but it is what it is. Okay, get rid of Boiling Wheel and Ballista. 2 Siege Masters is overkill. Jace Bond coming in at 11. Thank you so much. You're just 1 month away from a golden pelt. So close, so close. I appreciate it very much.
I'm an officer and a gentleman.
I got strawberries. You enjoy nice exotic fruits over there? Is a strawberry an exotic fruit?
History lies buried here.
Genuine question. Do you live somewhere where it is? No exotics? So it's an exotic fruit, yes. And no, I do not play Rafart's Vengeance in this deck. It just gets killed. It's not necessary. We thin enough as well. I feel like Inspired Zeal is the correct way to play Rafart's Vengeance. Thanks, Jace. I'm really excited. And Bob, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
You've met your match, puppet.
Whee! So you're playing that sort of deck, are you? Interesting.
Dark clouds gather over to Merion.
No. Not today. I just remember a couple of Nilfgaardians entering your room, the stream was off. Yeah, they came much earlier than I thought they would. And they ended much later than I thought they would too, but it's absolutely worth it. Aretusa. I'm not really worried with any of this. We have far too many cards to need to deal with in order to actually get value here with their measly students. I mean, I'm totally getting ready to pass here, that's for sure. They're probably passing now, though. I could have passed here, and I'm sure they would have gone down to 4 cards. Now we pass. I'm just thinking, how far does an Amphibious Assault get them, right? So at least we go into a solid round with 10 cards. That should do the trick. And that was like 67 hours ago. Nice. Okay, hand is looking rather good. I'm happy with that. We were missing out on some crucial cards though. No. No. I might have to thin here. Thin twice.
I pass on every 10th round.
That's not it though. Still need to draw Siege. Chapter of Wizards, okay.
Is a sword with no hilt.
Into Rune Word, into Student.
You see that?
Doesn't matter.
Anything alive would be dead now. Killer spell.
Trying to learn for your exam? What are you writing, Baxi? Seltgurk. Interesting, okay. Sure. Was there nothing else you wanted to commit here? I mean, the students are all useless, so the alumni are hardly getting any points. Yeah, none of them have zeal either. So if we can have access to a boiling oil or so, that would be great. The quicker we set up siege for removal, the better. Nope. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. The quicker the better, the quicker the better. Nice.
It's war. Severed limbs, blood,
Wager I
and
can
death.
cast from with me foot.
So next would be Defender. Then Siege. Oh, really,
No one is
Baxi?
born a mage. The vast majority lack even the potential.
I mean, that's extremely cool. I'm just guessing they don't have Heatwave. They might very well have Heatwave. Let's be clear about this. I'm just a bit desperate to get my cards on the board. Interesting.
We have each other's backs. That's more than most.
Okay. Removal. So they don't have Heatwave, good to know.
Rubbish in, rubbish out. Can't see it again. Not I.
Not I.
And look at when! Attack!
Whee! Yeah, it's good.
Folks say we live like princesses.
If only they knew.
If only they knew.
Practice makes perfect. Alright, fair.
So, shall we warm up with a fire spell?
Die. Stockpile, the only leader I need to complete. Oh, really? Okay, well, here's a deck you could give a shot. I just need to start focusing on the fact that some of these are clearly siege engines. You should have gone with Trollolo, my friend. And others are soldiers. big difference. Here you go. This is perfect. Okay, so we've got a soldier, siege engine, soldier, siege engine, soldier, siege engine. Beautiful. Alright. And then Shani needs to die real quick. Gerard.
Get to clean up ahead of class.
How did I fare, Mistress Letitia? Well this time, yes?
For king! For country! For freedom!
Baby. Alumni.
Die by your side. A pleasure, a privilege, an honor.
Why didn't they just kill my battering ram? What? GG. Ah, rain. Okay, this should be nice because we're likely playing against Melusine. Gonna heat wave it. Also have Raigan the Undying ready to go. Control is certainly gonna help. Definitely. So we're going second. Committing a bit to round 1 I'd say is okay. We definitely keep siege. Wegenberg isn't a horrible card against these sort of decks because of the damage. I mean, Wegenberg helps quite a bit, actually. I feel like... Okay, reinforcements can help to get another 6 provision card. It definitely trades nicely. Okay, let's get rid of reinforced Ballista as well as Ballista. Okay. GG, Obzia, GG. You played very well. Interesting deck. I was meaning to ask you, did you, you had a movement card ready to go, but you didn't have any other movement cards in your deck. Like, tell us, was there anything else? Because it was a very interesting build. You saw my name and you got scared. You played well though. You played me very nicely around too, so GG on that. Played me very nicely. I wanted to win round 1, but you got ahead there with your triple bountiful harvest. Stop dueling all the streamers. Okay, how about reinforcements into the Carrack frigates? It's definitely Melusine. It's just a pity I don't have Heatwave on me right now. Silas Sabin, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. An anonymous gifter giving Obzio a sub. Why, thank you, anonymous gifter.
You can kiss my
I appreciate it. Okay, click. And what next? John Natalis, potentially. Into Amphibious Assault. Into... probably the lowest one, which is a Siege Tower at 4. Get crew. Nice. See, we have to make use of our crew options. This is certainly a nice little thing we've got going here. Hey, Obsi is an adolescent Wolfie. 3 months. Cute. Who would do this anonymously? What are their motivations? Baron. Did you give Obsio a sub by any chance? Why not this? We're going second as well, so winning on even is not the worst option here. I feel like I hold on to some of these for way too long and they lose their value because in a long round they're far stronger, right? Instead of a short round 3. Nope, people happy. Are we venturing too close to the truth? Oh, Giga Scorpion? Alright. So they didn't draw Melusine is what I'm hearing. Pretty much. Didn't draw Melusine, got it. Okay, last commitment would be this one, I'd say. Other than that, we don't need to commit more. So maybe we play Wegenberg next. I'm also considering playing Trollolo earlier on in the rounds. Maybe round 1. I don't know. I don't know. I got you back into Gwent. Hey, awesome. I hope you don't regret it and blame me. I think it's always the best time for somebody to come back when there's a new patch, for sure. Because then everybody's sort of on the same level, because it's new cards and all that. New meta. Desperation, I see. Interesting. Why not Karak Frigate though? With the little armor going. Okay, well now I'll play my Redanian Archer as well.
Have a look at that. Like falling stars.
We're still ahead. If there is rain on the opposite road. Yeah, I feel like they messed up here. Okay, I am actually fine with losing on even. Or winning on even. Depending on if you see your glass half full or half empty.
Set sail without her blessing.
Probably could have killed the Melusine cultist, to be fair. Do I want to play anything else is the question. Probably not. We'll see. I'm quite comfortable here. They're gonna have to start committing. Harold Houndsnout, okay. See Wegenberg value now, my friends. Wegenberg value. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. GG. I can say though, Corn Guy got 0.22% of the total votes. Oh, it's not a lot. So you're saying it's between two horrible people. Corrupt former president versus harasser. That doesn't sound good. Ooh, yeah, Heatwave just wins us this game easily. I think we can totally go for the 2-0. But I'd rather go for a long round. Yeah, we could go for the 2-0, but we're just so much more favored in a long round. It's not even funny. You never want to go against me? Well, at least you beat me fair and square, so... You know what they say. In therapy, you face your fears head on. Overcome them. Ooh, nice. You have no reason to fear me though. Especially at the start of a meta that hasn't formed yet. Do we have any crew units? Yeah, we have plenty actually. Plenty. Let's get rid of the archer then. Yeah, he won, Baron. He won. Now, see, I'm gonna get rid of this in a different manner, I think. Okay, well, I just move it anyway. It's fine.
One piece. Fight for it.
I'm an officer and a gentleman.
Nice. Very nice. So we've got two soldiers next to each other. So we've got crew on the siege tower. We're gonna have crew on the war chariot. You haven't drawn Melusine yet?
Great deal more.
Oh, that's very unfortunate for you.
Nothing like some overseas plundering in spring.
Must suck to be you. How about, honestly, how about we just do this for now? Do we? Nah, let's just do this instead. There we go. You played against Lionheart yesterday, watched your VOD, saw the mistakes. No matter who it is, I hate playing against streamers. Hate it. Because all your mistakes are like highlighted to the world, right? It's true. Chaming Yang, thanks for the follow.
The sea demands a price. And we shall pay it.
Okay. Probably best to do this actually.
In the end, the sea.
What deck seemed fun to play to you since the new patch?
We'll run upon
Siege
the
is
crest
fun.
of the
I've
wave.
also made a poison deck, though it's not as consistent as I would like it to be. I might tinker a bit with it and take out Emir, for sure. Let's do this real quick. That's the only real threat here, let's be honest. Pretty much the only real threat. Melusine definitely doesn't exist in hand. Maybe Fukusha? Though I feel like it's far too late for Fukusha. You're loving Siege? It's fun. It takes some thinking. You'll definitely reach a point where it's just you click and play whatever engine comes to mind because you learn the pattern. But I like it. There's a lot of options.
Sends blessings. We pay her with reverence.
And that was stupid. Oh, it doesn't matter. I guess the rain would have got it anyway. I don't know. GG. Matt, thanks for the follow. Poison Bull, yeah, I just wanted to play Bull. I missed Bull. Nice. Okay, let's win another game or two. I think rank 2 would be a nice place to end off, right? 3 more wins. It's fine. It's fine. Have a meeting at 8 though, so I'm gonna have to record this vid. I think it's at 8. Let's make sure. Yeah, it's at 8.
For you, my friend, always.
Thanks for the follow, Scream. Has any of you watched Promised Neverland? It's an anime. I'm thinking of watching it. Promised Neverland. Read the manga. I'm not reading the manga, I'm watching the anime.
It's not about why, it's about why not.
I'm an officer and a gentleman.
Alright. I mean, that's commitment. Commitment for sure. If I could give it one ping, I bet you they'll play tactical advantage on it. It's good, ending is meh. Didn't Bull used to not be doomed? Yeah, so many things were changed because of Bull being vastly overpowered. So many things changed just because of that. We probably just pass after we reach 7 cards, to be fair. Play all our weakest cards now. Harry, thanks for the follow. Did you know Siege Master comes out even if you draw it off Raffords? Oh.
For fuck's sake, I'm sick of these tunes.
Interesting. I sort of get what you're saying. There we go. Just getting back into Gwent. Glad to find new people to watch. Hey Harry, glad you're back. Got a beginner's guide here if you wanna be updated with what's going on. Nice. So we pass. We have Amphibious Assault to get us ahead in the next round. Like, could have passed, to be fair. I always feel in these sort of matchups, trying to get ahead by all costs doesn't do much for you. Because we're playing a very similar deck anyway. We both won a long round. And you're definitely not pushing me with a card down. I mean, my hand is great. Got Heatwave to deal with your Siege if you do have it. Amphibious Assault is also awesome. Yeah, this hand is pretty good. I might get rid of one card. No. Again. One card. Better. Better. Zeal is more smorky, you think? Perhaps. Queen Adelaia. Okay, I also considered it. Huh.
It will not be.
Well, that's a lot of
I'll
cards.
pass on every 10th round.
Hey R8, how are you doing? Back from work? I hope you had a good day. Southkir. Alright, fair. So we're going for it then, yes? I think they're definitely going for it. Odrin. I felt Odrin a waste. I don't know, it's a good card, but it feels like it's unnecessary to have. Like even now, it's not doing anything, right? Nothing. But I'll take it for the memes. They're gonna regret trying to bleed me, that's for sure. Tia, will you have a formal meeting of some sort? With regards to what? And you spelled it meeting, as if there's gonna be meat involved, and I'm quite frankly very scared. I don't know what this means. Okay, I think this was good. I think they overcommitted quite a bit. I'm still pretty new to Gwent. Don't play much NR. This is really informative. Good stuff. Hey Vampire, that's awesome to hear. It's always awesome to have you here as well. You and your Witcher 3 tips. Very welcome. King Hensel, Donamir. We definitely want some other cards in here. Nope. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Alrighty. We probably just start off with our defender, in all honesty. Get that on the board. Can't deal with that, can you? Unless you have Heatwave. You have your own Donamir, I see. Okay, fair. Well, I'm gonna... Now, this is really important. The person who clears the entire board first is the winner, okay? The person who first gets rid of all the siege engines. They win in life. Hey, there we go. Thanks for the follow, folk.
I'm an officer and a gentleman.
Whee! Nice. That's what I'm talking about. See now, things are going good. Things are going great. We'll see. No heat wave most likely. Alright. Okay, well here we go then. Probably want to set up whatever it is that needs to wipe the board now. So I'm gonna play Reinforced Ballista in the Melero. Beautiful. Do this. Do this. And do it once more. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I mean, they didn't stand a chance now. They simply can't deal with all my engines. And they don't have their own to actually play a strong siege. Nicely done. Next up is definitely gonna have to be Trollolo. You go, Trollolo! Die. Prince Anzi's.
Have you no honor? Stand and fight!
Alright. Alright. Now, I don't trust Anzi's because there's a chance that Varaxis will be used to play it again. I might very well heatwave it right now. Or we just kill it real quick. We can make it weak as well. There are many things I need to kill, to be fair. How about we go for... wait, Tia. Let's get rid of this first and foremost. Do this. Do this. Put it here. Do this. Do this. Do this. Very nice. Amphibious Assault into... I think that's gonna be the heatwave target then. Yeah. I don't know. We can actually do a bunch of things here. Okay. Let's get rid of you first. Don't trust you one bit. GG.